Welcome to Season 2 of the Chelsea Career Mode. Thank you for all of your support on Season 1. This one's actually coming to you at the weekend. Unbelievable, Jeff. You guys are getting a video on a Saturday. We normally only upload every weekday, but to ensure that I can keep up with daily uploads at the beginning of next week, I need to get as much feedback for this transfer window as I possibly can before I start recording for Monday. So that's why you're getting an extra video. Thank you, of course, those on the board behind me for your continued support. That's Braden Bevis, Bermos, and Giovanni as well. Thank you very much for your continued support. Now, we have £7.3 million to spend as it stands. If you cast your mind back to the beginning of the first season, we said for at least the first 18 months, so until this upcoming January transfer window, we're only spending what we make. However, now with lots of loan players returned to us, we have the opportunity to make quite a bit in this transfer window, and I have a number of players on the transfer list. I won't bore you with what their values and going through individually, but everybody you see here is available for transfer or for loan. But obviously the transfers are the most important ones for us. Badiashile is only there because he put in a transfer request. It is not my intention to sell Benoit. You guys would very much like Benoit Badiashile to stay, so Benoit Badiashile is going to stay. But we do have a number of players on the loan list because we've got so many men in the squad and so much depth in every position. I just can't guarantee everyone first team football, but the plan for this season, because we unfortunately do not have European football for this season following an 8th placed Premier League finish last year, the aim, considering our decent form in the second half of last season, the aim this year is to go for a domestic treble. We are going for the title, we are going for the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and as a result, we'll be hopefully in the Champions League next year, and we'll go for the Champions League next season, and that should be, hopefully, as much as we could possibly win at Chelsea within 3 years. So Nico Jackson is going out on loan, and Broja will be my backup striker. That was a tough decision, but that's what we've gone with for now. Chukwemeka, we're retraining at Cam at your suggestion. He's going to go out on loan. The decision for Colwill was tough, but with Badiashile, we're trying to reverse his transfer request. With Levi having the opportunity to grow more than Trevor Chalobah, but first team football at a premium, Levi goes out on loan, he's going to grow more, and then he'll overtake Trevor Chalobah, and Levi will come back next season and may well be in the starting lineup, who knows. The decision to loan Lavia or Leslie Ugachukwu was a decision that was tough as well, but I've gone with Lavia on loan because I enjoyed using Leslie more. It's just a personal preference thing. And then everybody else that's going out on loan is going out on loan. Ronnie Thomas we chose over Cole Palmer because Ronnie Thomas, I believe, has the higher ceiling. So Ronnie will go out on loan, grow more than Cole Palmer would with the extra first team exposure, and then come back and have a part to play in the squad. So the initial intention is to A, sell some players because I haven't got any money to spend at the minute, and then sign Tammy Abraham to come in at striker. Then, from there, you'll notice we've changed formation as well to a 4-3-3 attack and dropped Nkunku to Cam. I am contemplating moving Noni Madueke to the bench, depending on how much money we have, and signing a new starting right winger. We have Mudryk and Madueke and Sterling, and outside of that, not a massive amount of wide talent. So, Madueke to the bench, and rotation with Mudryk. Sterling is only going to probably from here maybe only go up one more and then start to phase out. So as Madueke and Mudryk grow, Sterling will stabilise, then start to backtrack, and that's where Mudryk and Madueke will then start to get preference in first team football, of course, next season as well. We plan on having European football too, so there'll be plenty of opportunities for everybody, but we're going to try and maximise first team football for as many players as we possibly can this upcoming season, so that everybody is in a great position to attack the Champions League next year, and hopefully, with squad management, everybody's in a great position to challenge for a treble this season. So we're going to advance forward from here. There may be gameplay today. We might get as far as the first game against Fulham. We might not. It depends entirely on how much transfer action there is. But the first team pre-season tournament isn't drawn until the 20th, so we're not worrying about that at the moment. Money raised from that will go into our transfer budget, though. So we will add money from that competition into our transfer budget to add to the current 7.3, but we could raise a significant portion more with the players that we have on the transfer list currently, we could actually raise up to over £100 million. Surprised you're looking to move it? No, you're not surprised, Romelu. You're not surprised at all, pal. Apparently I've got 4. I can actually reply to these. Glad we agree, glad we agree, glad we agree, and glad we agree. Malang Sarr, valued at 8.5. Antwerp will pay 10.7. And apparently, according to my chief executive, I can only get 9.9. Well, guess who's accepting that straight off the bat? 104 for Enzo Fernandez. No, he's going nowhere. Liverpool want Badiashile, but you guys would like Benoit to stay, as we mentioned, so Badiashile will stay. Brentford have bid for Broja, but we want Broja to stay. You guys are very keen on Broja to stay. Mudrik's had a bid from Valencia as well. Oh, was that a player? Oh, Diakabi plus. Not a chance, pal. And Badiashile still. Fabian Schär they've offered me, but no, thank you very much. Benoit continues to stay. Badiashile I think we might well get a number of bids for, but I am determined to tell everybody to bleep off. He stays. Just a loan for Angelo, please. And then Lukaku. Douglas Luiz plus cash. Let's negotiate that. Reckons I could get up to 43 million for Romelu Lukaku. And I would like, especially to a Premier League rival, I would like a lot of money. Remove exchange player. Give me all the cash, please. I'll ask £43 million. Say yes! They said yes! Romelu Lukaku may well be off to a Premier League rival, but for, well, nearly 50% more than his current market value, I don't know as that's a bad deal, to be honest. I think that's a pretty good one. Chukwuemeka loan deal to Sporting. Please just a loan it is. Banging! And Arsenal would like Ziyech. I'll be honest, not worried about Arsenal having Ziyech. I'll just accept that as well. Ugly doggly, we're raising some pennies! Brighton would like to offer for Datro Fofana. We'll delegate that to just a loan. Don't mind him going to a Premier League side. And Stade Rennais would like to buy Ziyech as well, which I'm quite happy to do for a slightly even higher fee. The outs are happening at the rate we want them to happen at. We should be able to bring Tammy Abraham in this episode, which would be fantastic. That's Malang Sarr leaving the club. I had 7.3 on the list, and we are adding to that 7.3 10.7. So that's £18 million I currently have now then. That's a nice round number. Thank you for having the 0.7 in there to go with the 0.3 we previously had. Lovely. Okay. The bank balance is growing. A loan bid for Colwill with an option to buy. No. Is he going to get first team football at Man United though? Does it really matter if he gets first team football for his growth? I've never really paid too much attention to it, if I'm completely honest, as to whether the amount of first team football someone gets out on loan actually affects their overall growth or not. I imagine it does, but I don't know if FIFA's that realistic. Romelu Lukaku, however, is leaving. He's gone. Thank you for the, well, I'd say memories, Romelu, but there aren't that many positive ones, are there? Thank you for the cash, Romelu. Was it 43 odd million pounds? That's the biggest chunk we're going to get for any outgoing player this season. So that will be as big a boost as we're going to get. And it was 43 million pounds, which takes me to 61 overall. We are certainly raising the pennies now. And it's an A-rated transfer. Romelu Lukaku leaving Chelsea, and everybody's happy with that. Ziyech has turned down Arsenal. So Stade Rennais might well be the place where he goes. Newcastle have now bid to sign Levi Colwill on loan. I would like him to go to a club where he's definitely going to get first team football. And I don't think he's going to get first team football at Newcastle either. Twitch chat agree with me. We're going to try and get him a move to a club that is definitely going to play him every week. Angelo obviously isn't going to start every week at Atalanta, but he's not necessarily a player we want to maximise the playing time for. Andre Santos could get quite a bit of loan football at Fenerbahce, so I'm quite happy to accept that one. And Fofana has agreed a one-year loan deal with Brighton. He'll go out and can learn well, maybe even partner up with Evan Ferguson, and Brighton will have an extra bow to their armoury. That's Hakim Ziyech going to Stade Rennais, which is actually the bigger financial deal. Carney Chukwuemeka is on his way to Sporting as well, so that's great. And Hakim Ziyech We were on 61. We're now on £78.5 million in the transfer budget, which is certainly growing very nicely indeed. Now, I don't know as there's many others that are massively... Hang on. That's another 4, effectively. So that will be 84.4 million pounds. That's definitely enough for 2 players, I'm sure. I'm sure 84.4 is enough for 2 good enough players to make a difference to the starting lineup. Tammy Abraham and insert right winger that you guys are going to tell me. Ronnie Thomas, Union Berlin for a year. That is banging. That would be a great move for him. Now, Lewis Hall in real life is going to Newcastle permanently, but it was only a loan deal in game, so I've transfer listed him, and he looks like he's going to go to Norwich, so we'll sell there as well. And Bayern Bayern would like to buy Levi Colwill. That's a no from me. We want Levi longer term, thank you. We just need to get him the first team football that he needs to massively improve. I'm intrigued by the fact that Ziyech turned down Arsenal to sign for Stade Rennais. Although, more guaranteed first-team football, I would imagine, at Stade Rennais than at Arsenal. So perhaps that was the deciding factor for the Moroccan international. Angelo's gone for 12 months. David Datro Fofana is gone for 12 months. And there was one other loan deal in there as well, I think. No, Ches, that was it. A loan bid for Nico Jackson. Now, Aston Villa have already signed Romelu Lukaku from me. So... is Nico Jackson going to get any first-team football? I don't think so. Not well, they do play 2 up top, actually, Villa, don't they? Okay. They do play 2 up top, so I'm going to go negotiate that as just a loan. That might work for Nico Jackson. That might work. Washington is going to go to Crystal Palace on loan for a year. That will do him the world of good, and we will continue to turn down all the bids for Benoit Badiashile. Lewis Hall gone to Norwich for nearest makes no difference, 3 million. That's 87.3 million pounds to my budget. There was another couple of smaller sales in there as well as Ronnie Thomas on loan for 12 months. And there was another couple of loans in there at the minute. We'll have a look at the emails just to confirm. Interesting, a couple of Patreon players. Lewis Hall isn't going to Sheffield United because he's gone to Norwich. Loan bid for Lavia, Inter. They'll have European football, so he's more than likely to get more first-team football with them than he is a number of the other sides that we might well send him to. 1-year loan for Slanina to Wolves and Bettinelli. Actually, 900 grand to West Brom is actually an even better deal for me, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. £87.3 million in the budget currently. I'm probably just going to bite the bullet and go and get Tammy Abraham now, valued at 29. Their asking price is 36.5, but my chief executive reckons I could get him for 29.2 about valuation. So I will bid cheekily just under valuation and see if we can't get a decent deal here. I'll offer 27.5 and we'll see if they'll negotiate from there. They want Broja. No, but the total of that deal is 30 million, which shows to me that they are willing to negotiate with a decent price. So I'll offer 28 million and they will just accept it. We're going to get him under valuation. Tammy Abraham is coming home. He's on £68,000 a week. He wants an important role, not a crucial one, which is beneficial. Let's tie him down for the long term, please, Tammy. A £69.3 million release clause. I think I'm happy with that. I'm quite happy to accept that. Would add some drama to the save if it gets triggered. And, well, £70 million is a decent lump. Considering we're paying under 30, that would be well over twice what we're paying for him, so I'm quite happy for that. And we'll offer him 80 grand plus £500,000 signing on fee, and they will accept it. Tammy is coming back home. Yes, boys, Tammy Abraham signs for Chelsea, the return of the king. More outgoings here, although I believe these are just loan deals. I don't think there's anyone else we're able to sell for a meaningful fee. Bettinelli for nearly £1 million is basically what we've got left to do, I think. Andre Santos to Fenerbahce for 12 months. So currently, I've £59.3 million available to me to sign a new right winger. Now, with Bettinelli's potential outgoing transfer of just under £1 million, Aston Villa are going to take Jackson on loan for a year. Thank you. And Cassidy to West Ham on loan for a year. Quite happy for things like that to happen. So with the sale of Bettinelli for about 700 grand, 900 grand or so, that's the only transfer left to go through. So that when that goes through, if that goes through to West Brom, that would leave me pretty much with around £60 million. I've got 59.3 at the minute, and that's worth about 900 grand. So we might as well just make it 60 million quid, mightn't we? So £60 million, and Bettinelli is now sold. Perfect. Timing of the best possible kind there. £900,000 to West Brom. Rather than say 60.2 million, let's just make it 60 million quid. So chat, YouTube comment section, you have the opportunity now to help me find a new winger. Oh, I'd forgotten about the Sailor Kepa. Hang on a moment. Reckon I could get up to 32. Look out. £60 million currently. It's about to be a darn sight more than that. Will you give me I know Bournemouth aren't going to be absolutely flush with cash, but if they'll give me upwards of... Oh, they give me 31.5. Thank you. Yes. We might well have 90 plus million pounds to spend on that new right winger. A 1-year loan deal for Lavia to Inter is absolutely fine by me. Ooh-wee. Okay, good. Right, pre-season tournament as well. That's going to help us raise a little bit more. Probably not upwards of £5 million, but that might be the difference. Now, we do have to bear in mind, and please do bear in mind, that we have no European football. I can't just go out and sign Ousmane Dembele or Neymar or something like that. I want it to be a bit more within the realms of possibility with regards the realism of the transfer that we're going to make. So I'm not going to be able to go out and sign the absolute world's best at this stage. I'll show you the teams that are in the Champions League and Europa League. Champions League probably at... Oh, what team stats, not player stats. I certainly won't sign anyone from a Champions League team. Just as a flat out rule right now, I'm not signing anyone from a Champions League team. I might consider signing someone from a Europa League team, and I would certainly sign someone for a Europa Conference League team. It would depend on what Europa League team it was. So Atleti, probably not, but someone like Napoli, maybe. Teams like Lyon, absolutely. And then Europa Conference League will sign someone from there quite happily as well. So we have well, actually, speaking of Atleti, we got them in our first game. Is that Kepa? Is that Kepa going bye-bye? It is indeed. Bye, Kepa! I got £90 million to spend on a new right wing. We don't have to spend all of it, obviously, but we have up to £90 million to spend on a brand new winger. We are going shopping this transfer window. That's for damn sure. Oh, I'm looking forward to this now. This season is really starting to pick up speed, even in just episode 1. We have the opportunity and hopefully the talent in the squad to go for all 3 trophies this year, and I am hoping to do exactly that. We'll work our way through the pre-season tournament. Kepa sold! Spurs want Levi Colwill. Aha! No! Someone that isn't a side like that, please, can you come in for Levi Colwill? I might be forced to loaning him to someone like that at the end of the window, but I'd rather loan him to someone that's going to get him first team football. Lavia is going to go to Inter Milan. He might get a decent amount of first team football there, but because we have Leslie as well, I'm not massively bothered about Lavia getting loads of first team football at the moment. Colwill loan bid Aston Villa. Well, they seem to be a team that we're doing a lot of business with right now, and he would probably get a decent amount of first-team football at Villa, so I'm going to accept that. They have European football this season, of course, Aston Villa, and apparently we're giving them half of our bloody squad. Lukaku and Nico Jackson and Levi Colwill, so at least they'll have some familiar faces there for him to go and play with as well. That'll do. I'm happy enough with that. Right, we'll work our way through pre-season, see how much money we get from that, add it to our £90 million, and we'll know exactly how much I have for you guys available to spend. A 1-1 draw with Atletico Madrid is perfectly fine. We'll have 2 of those other sides in our remaining pre-season fixtures. In fact, Lazio weren't even on that list. Availability after suspension. Didn't realise Benoit Badiashile was available or unavailable unless he got sent off in that game and I missed it. That's another transfer on the way out. Levi Colwill going on loan to Aston Villa for a year. It's a 1-1 draw against Lazio as well, although Tammy Abraham unfortunately missed a penalty in that fixture. Not great, Tammy, I'll be honest. Not great, but I'm sure you'll be better next time around. It's Juventus in the third option. Third friendly. Chalobah we're going to keep. He's going to be a valuable squad player this season as we look to challenge on all domestic fronts. And Juventus in the final pre-season friendly. They've got Moise Kean and Dusan Vlahovic up top. Chiesa on the left. Weah on the right, which is an intriguing one. They've got Rafa Varane and Danny Parejo. Rafa Varane at Juve is a hell of a signing for them. Great centre-back to have, although there's currently playing Gatti ahead of him. It's pre-season, doesn't really mean that much, does it? Don't need to read too much into it. A win! Juventus! 3-1 defeat, so we don't necessarily maximise the financial gain from that pre-season tournament. It's probably only 2 million quid, 3 million quid. It's not even going to tell me how much money I made from that pre-season tournament. Lovely! Thank you! No, and Kunku, I'm absolutely happy with the way that everything is right now with our training plan, and the game against Fulham is on the horizon. I'm probably not going to play that today to ensure that I've got enough time to scout everybody that you guys suggest to me in the comment section, because I would be concerned that I wouldn't have enough time from the 17th to deadline day to get all of the reports back. So we're going to call it there. YouTube comment section, I have £90 million to spend. Who do I sign on the right-hand side of my starting lineup to come in for Noni Madueke to lead this team, to lead this squad to silverware this season? We've sold a lot, we've loaned a lot, we've only brought in Tammy so far. There is more to come from this transfer window. The next episode will come to you on Monday. There won't be an episode on Sunday. I'm going to need the time to record ahead, and I need your feedback, please. So drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Please keep your comments coming. We'll stand with a chance of getting up on the LED board as well, of course, with that. And it really helps the channel grow when you leave loads of comments and drop lots of likes. So thank you for your consistent support. Those of you that come back, that kind of fell out of love with, not fell out of love, but kind of drifted away with your attention span over Season 1, hopefully we can reinvigorate your fervour for this save, and fingers crossed a slightly more successful season this time around will keep you engaged for longer. That's all for this first episode of Season 2, but it's going to be a much better season than Season 1. I'll see you on Monday.